I'm Michael Duke, sports writer with the Imperial Valley Press, and welcome to another edition of Sunday Sit Downs, where we sit down with some athletes from the previous night's game of the week, and we talk about that contest and how that went, and whatever the season holds for the rest of them. With me this week are two members of the Calexico High football team, which competed against Cibola High of Yuma in last night's game of the week. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs lost that game by a score of 62-34, but these two guys are in here and they're ready to talk about moving forward and how they feel about their senior seasons. To my right here is Aaron Patton, who's a senior linebacker and also running back, and we also have senior quarterback Nicholas Martinez, and we'll be talking about how they did. And guys, just first of all, sorry about the loss, and just thanks for being here to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, let me get some stats out of the way here. Let me throw them this way. Nicholas, you went 4 for 9 through the year with 56 yards. And 1 touchdown and an interception,
Right.
which is a little unfortunate. But you also had a pretty good game rushing. You rushed twice for 23 yards, and you scored on a 17-yard touchdown run. Pretty athletic there in the closing seconds of the game to bring about the final total. And you also had an 11-yard touchdown pass to Adrian Jaime. And Aaron, you sort of stood out. You're not the starter on offense, but you had a pretty good rushing game. You had, let's see here, some 13 carries for 106 yards, and you got into the end zone once, but they ended up calling a penalty on, I don't know what the call was, but they kind of negated that one. But it was still a good game overall, and defensively you made some pretty good stoppages on the other side of the ball. We don't really tally specific defensive stats. Maybe we should, but anyway, guys, I think you both, for what it's worth, you guys had pretty solid performances. But just how do you guys feel, coming off kind of a disheartening loss again in front of the home crowd? How do you guys move on from this? Nico, you want to take that question?
Well, there's a lot of things we got to work on, and we knew that this team wasn't going to be it wasn't going to be an easy game.
Right.
And we had to take it pretty serious. We were pretty much thinking that Cibola was on Brawler's level.
Mm-hmm.
We were taking it like that.
Right.
Well, when you just think about it, there's a lot of things that we should have done during practice. A lot of things that just didn't go our way.
Right.
Which I think that those are the mistakes or the ones that killed the game.
Specifically, what sort of things didn't go your way? What were you guys having problems with?
Mentally, a lot of penalties. If you just look at it, it's just 14 flags that gave us around 140 yards against us, which is technically, I think, a touchdown or something.
Yeah, that's almost the field and a half that you guys, that's taken away from your offense, so that's it's definite damage. But what can you guys do to sort of correct those mistakes and not make those mental errors, going forward in the next game?
Well, we have to fix it at practice, because not everyone shows up to practice and expect to play.
Right. And
that's one thing we have to change.
So it's from what I'm hearing you guys say, it's more of a mental thing than it is physical, because you guys have numbers and some pretty good size.
Yeah.
But you guys, this is also your first year under a brand new program.
Yeah.
All new coaches, and you've got a new head coach in Joe Bielma. What is that like for you guys? Speaking to him, he says that he's coached some of you guys on the Pop Warner level. Have you guys had any experience with him before? Is this?
Well, I never got to know the coach until this year.
Okay.
And I really like the way he wants the program going on.
Mm-hmm.
I really like his way to teach the new guys, the ones that didn't know how to play football.
Right.
Because he himself bases on technique, and that's one of the key things that we gotta work on, because there's guys that want to tackle but they don't even know how to run or the ball, things like that. So I like his way to teaching, of coaching the guys. So.
Yeah.
It's a good staff. They're young, but they know what they're doing. They have the experience.
Right. Aaron, you didn't need any coaching on tackling last night. Like I said, you had a pretty good game, making some big stops, and you're not the biggest guy, but you made yourself known on the field. What do you think? As a senior, what can you do? As one of the leaders to sort of inspire the rest of your teammates to come together.
Well, just for the juniors or sophomores to not do what we're doing,
right,
and to get everyone to practice and be ready and hit the weight room,
right,
and just go hard.
Yeah. Well, now Coach Bielma says that, or I'm sorry, what were we going to say? Well, Coach Bielma says that he sort of, it's not that he's writing these games off, but he sees these sort of as preseason games to get you guys in the zone for league season when that comes around. How do you guys feel? For the next game, you guys have Montgomery High. They're a pretty decent team from the San Diego area. What do you guys have any thoughts on how that's going to go? Or?
Well, on our previous games, we beat them twice already, but they're a hard team.
Really, this year?
they're a pretty good team, but if we just look at film and study hard,
Right.
and practice hard, we think we could take this game.
What do you think?
Well, the same thing. It's just that we gotta work hard in order to get the win.
Right.
So,
Now, I mean, as a quarterback, would you like to see? I mean, would you like to throw the ball a little bit more? I mean, how do you feel about the offense this year?
well, I like the offense. It's just that when it comes to mentality, that's what I like kills. Like we cannot start. I believe that we cannot start a game losing because the guys they start losing their minds. They don't know what to do. They just get kind of scared. So
Right.
it's something that you feel is like tension right there in the offense that
Mhm.
I don't know. So we gotta work on that. And then I would like to throw the ball more, but if we know that it's not working, we gotta like look for something else.
Right. Rely on guys like Alberto Valdez, who's
Yes,
your guys'
he's
starting
really
running back.
good.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's definitely a good running back, and also guys like Patton. You guys got a good rotation, on the offensive side of the ball. So, um, as seniors, you guys are sort of looking at the end of your guys' career in Calexico. What are the sort of things that you remember looking back on your time, playing for the Bulldogs?
Well, our freshman year
Mhm.
with Coach Eck, he was a scary guy.
Was he?
I remember being scared of him
Right.
because his workouts are crazy. I remember going in at 5 in the morning, staying at school for study hall, going to practice, and we would get there at 5 in the morning, and then we would be at our house by like 8.
Spending the whole day.
Spend the whole day, and we're
Right.
just a family.
Mhm.
We're brothers.
Right. So it's not so much. I mean, winning or losing for you is it's just the relationship and just the just growing up a Bulldog, I guess. Yeah. What about yourself? What sort of legacy do you want to leave for yourself?
Well, I don't know, just trying to do my best. Like, every time I just step into the field, I just try to work. But like when you just think back then, like a few years back, it's just everything was different, and now like we have everything
Right.
ready, sort up, so we just can start working on it.
Right. Now, you guys have you been playing? As long as Patton here has. I mean,
Well-
he's going back to his freshman year. How long have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing football for around 10 years.
Okay.
I started playing when I was 7.
So you're pretty used to being a quarterback. This isn't new for you. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you ever play on the defensive side of the ball, or just sticking with quarterback?
Well, I used to play defense, but just to help the guys, like
Right.
when like second string when the guys were tired, I used
Right.
to just step in and
Yeah.
try.
Usually it's not a good idea to put your starting quarterback on the, on the defensive side and making tackles or whatever. And but I mean, you played both sides of the ball, Aaron. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty versatile player, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you must have been, your endurance was probably tested last night. But what side of the ball do you prefer to play on, and what do you like about it?
I really like defense, and I like getting tackles, but I love running the ball too.
Right.
Like,
What is it about it?
I don't know. I just get excited when I see someone coming towards me. I just want to see if he could beat me.
Right.
See who has more strength to win the battle.
So even though you're carrying the ball, you sort of look at it still like kind of like a defensive player, right? I mean, you're looking for the hit, right?
Looking for the hit.
So, looking towards league season, I mean, you got a couple of big rivalries coming up. I mean, competition's always fierce down here in the Valley, but you also have Southwest High, you guys, there's Brawley and Central, and Brawley and Imperial have rivalries, but, I mean, if you guys were to have one, I mean, would you say it's with Southwest? You guys usually finish the season against the Eagles. Do you guys look at that as a specific rivalry, or
Sometimes
not so much?
not so much.
Do you guys think you guys have a rivalry at all in the Imperial Valley? Or do
I
you view
believe-
all your opponents equally? I mean,
Well, I believe we'll be just Southwest in a way.
think so.
Yeah. I think
How do you
so.
guys think that game's going to go? I mean, they're currently, I believe they're 2-1. I mean, still a long ways to go, but you guys looking forward to that game, or?
Yes, we're looking forward for that game. We're gonna work for it, and we're gonna try to win it as no matter what.
Yeah. What about your?
We're just getting ready for season. Each game we're progressing more and more.
Right.
We're still getting used to the system of how the
Yeah.
coaches are coaching us, but we're getting there.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Bilma said. Let me get a quote exactly here. He said that he's hoping that the performance that you guys had in the second half, you gave up. I mean, at halftime it was 55-7, but the second half you guys came out and outscored them. I think it was like 34-7 or something like that. So you guys kind of won the second half. And Coach Bilma says that he hopes that that effort will kind of wake you guys up and see the kind of potential that you guys have in yourselves. Do you guys agree with that statement? I mean, how do you feel now about that?
When we went to the first half, something that Patton said that like caught my attention was that he was like, guys, even if we're losing right now, you guys gotta play for the pride.
Right.
You guys don't have to give up. You guys gotta put your head up and keep working. We are a team. We're a family. So let's go, guys. So that's something that woke me up too. I was like, well, he's not giving up. Why should I?
Right.
So and then everyone started thinking like that, and I think that's one of the things that made the team start working.
Yeah. Well, you'd be commended for that, man. I mean, for sort of stepping up and and acting like a senior. So, I mean, way to keep your head and not give up on your team.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about given any thought to going on to play at the next level in either this sport or any other sport? Are you guys thinking about playing in college?
Well, if I get any offers,
Yeah. Are you looking for offers? I mean, is there any one school or
No.
anything? Nothing specific. Okay. What about yourself?
Well, yeah, I would like to play the next level, and yeah, well, I will work hard just try to get it.
Still got time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, all good stuff. All very interesting. Very very insightful to what's going on at Calexico High. So I appreciate the answers and the responses. But for now, let's close it out with sort of a game of word association that we close every edition with, and just give me the first thoughts that come to your mind when I throw you out a phrase or a word. So let's start with next game against Montgomery High. Montgomery High. First thoughts come to mind.
Well, it comes to preparation. Well, it comes to mentality and hard work. It's just.
What about you?
working hard on the field, and all the guys, hopefully, they
Right.
wake up and they realize that we have a chance of doing
So-
something great.
So preparation's the name of the game.
Preparation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Imperial Valley League.
yeah, pretty valid. We gotta work for it. We have a good team. We have the size for it, but our guys aren't mentality there.
Right.
Their mentality isn't there.
Right.
They're not focused. Because once we start having fun on the field, like the second half, coach
Right.
told us, just have fun on the field and forget about the score.
Right.
Once we started having fun, we started driving the ball and getting yards
Mhm.
and scoring. That's one thing we have to focus on, and remember that it's our senior year and
Yeah.
to have fun.
Yeah.
Football's not about stress, not about all that stuff.
Mhm.
Just play the
Play the game, right? Yeah, definitely.
for the love of the game.
Brawley, league rival, Brawley.
Tough.
First word that comes to mind, tough.
Tough.
Tough
Big.
preparation.
Yeah. What about Central?
Fast.
Fast.
I have a fast team.
And sort of touched on it earlier, Southwest.
Southwest.
I guess we were kind of equal there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Equal, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the rivalry goes back a ways. And finally, playoffs. Hope to make the playoffs. Obviously, what's one word? I guess is your mindset regarding playoffs. What would be that one idea?
Getting a win in playoffs.
Hmm.
That's one of my goals
Right.
personally.
Because you guys qualified for playoffs last year, right? First time in a long time, I believe.
First time.
But you guys lost the first round, right?
Or
Yeah. So just, I guess, more hard work, right, guys?
More hard work.
Definitely. Well, as we said, we appreciate you guys coming down, and just thanks for being here and putting on a good face, despite last night's loss. And thanks for showing us, that you guys haven't quit mentally yet. And good luck going forward with the rest of the season, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And thanks for joining us.